Look, if you're aiming for the Smart India Hackathon 2026, going in blind, yeah, that's a one-way ticket to failing. Today, we're not just skimming the basic rulebook. We are extracting a battle-tested, exclusive roadmap straight from the source. In this explainer, we're going to decode exactly what gets a team to those highly coveted finals, and more importantly, how the massive explosion of AI has completely rewritten the foundational rules for winning. Here's the roadmap for this explainer. We'll hit the open innovation model, walk through your 2026 hackathon roadmap, talk about perfecting teams and problems, dive into the AI paradigm shift, and wrap up with equipping for the win. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the open innovation model. Understanding the sheer scale of SIH. To truly dominate this event, you've got to understand the dynamic here. You're not just building some random theoretical app in your dorm room that's going to sit on hard drive forever. Real government agencies and massive private companies are practically handing you their biggest, most expensive headaches. They literally list out exactly what they need fixed, and student innovators fight it out to build the absolute best solution. Win this, and you're solving a literal national problem. And hey, before we get into the timeline, you need to know where this intel is actually coming from. The strategies we're unpacking today aren't just guesses. We're pulling this directly from a 7-time global hackathon champion, someone who's judged over 100 events and actually sat in the official evaluator seat for SIH for the last 3 years. So this isn't theory, this is literally the grading rubric from the inside. All right, Section 2, your 2026 hackathon roadmap, the critical path to December. This timeline is a strict, no-nonsense gauntlet. First up, July and August. Your college's single point of contact, or SPOC, has to register. If your administration drags their feet and misses that early August deadline, your team is completely locked out before you even start. From there, problem statements drop, internal hackathons run in September to shortlist teams, and a massive PPT submission hits in October. All of this leads up to the grueling 36-hour physical hackathon in December. But here's a massive roadblock where so many talented teams just completely wipe out. 500. There is a hard cap of exactly 500 submissions allowed per problem statement. You know that psychological trap where you wait until the last minute to make your idea absolutely perfect? Don't do it. While you're tweaking, that submission counter will jump from 100 to 500 in a flash. And once it hits that cap, your spot completely vanishes. And man, the October pre-screening phase is just ruthless. Get this. This is a direct directive from the evaluator protocol. Eliminate the teams without even looking at the slide. Yeah, you heard that right. If you decide to ignore the official SIH PowerPoint template, or if you think you're being clever by sneaking in extra slides to show off, evaluators are told to instantly disqualify you. They won't even read your ideas. Compliance isn't just a suggestion, it's literally your very first test. Moving on to Section 3, perfecting teams and problems, the unspoken rules of strategy. So assembling your crew isn't just about grabbing your buddies. There are rigid rules, exactly 6 members, at least 1 female, and absolutely 0 all-boys teams allowed. But our source drops a really harsh truth here. You have to prioritize actual work synergy over friendship. Getting along at lunch is great, but it doesn't mean you won't want to kill each other during a 36-hour coding sprint. You need a functioning unit. Oh, and whatever you do, do not overpromise on your technical skills. The finals will absolutely expose you if you do. Now, when those problem statements finally drop, what's your first move? Because the biggest rookie mistake is running straight for the ones that look easy or seem to have low competition. Newsflash, if it looks easy to you, it looks easy to the thousands of other students looking at it. Instead, run every single idea through a strict filter. 1, what actual innovation are you bringing? 2, do you have the team skills? And 3, is it technically feasible for your crew to actually build this product by December?
Which brings us to Section 4, the AI paradigm shift. How evaluation has completely changed.
This right here is the absolute climax of this explainer. The game has fundamentally changed, and if you're relying on legacy strategies, you're going to get crushed. Look at the past. 60% of your evaluation used to just be about presenting a working code prototype. Back then, pulling off a working prototype took a week of sleepless nights, and it pretty much secured you the win. But today, in 2026, you're just a few AI prompts away from generating that exact prototype in 30 minutes. Because everyone can do it, its importance has plummeted. Now, a massive 70% of the focus is on system understanding, structure, and technical pitching. Let's break down that 70% chunk, because it's completely dominated by auditing your brain, not just your keyboard. It's 35% on system structure, 20% on technical pitching, and 15% on algorithm knowledge. Evaluators want to see your deep algorithm comprehension and how effectively you can communicate the technical mechanics of your product. It's no longer just, look what I built. It's, look how deeply I understand the intricate mechanics making this tick. Because honestly, think about this absolute nightmare scenario. You're at the 36-hour final, an evaluator walks up to your desk, points to a random module on your screen, and asks you to change its functionality right there on the fly. If you blindly used AI tools to spit out your code without understanding the architecture, you're going to freeze. You won't be able to explain it, you definitely won't be able to change it, and you will completely fail the evaluation. So the golden rule for 2026, AI is an accelerator, not an autopilot. Using AI to reduce your workload is a massive advantage, absolutely, but only if you use it to speed up your structural thinking. You have to be intensely technical this year specifically to weed out the teams who just copied and pasted from a generative agent.
All right, final section, section 5, equipping for the win. Final preparations.
0. Just let that sink in for a second. This is a terrifying reminder from the 2022 event. In 2022, across 250 problem statements, evaluators sent multiple teams packing with 0 winners. You might think just making it to the top 5 finalists guarantees somebody gets a prize, right? Nope. Evaluators will not hesitate for a single second to declare 0 winners if the final solutions simply don't hold up to their technical standards. To make sure you don't end up going home empty-handed, you have to prepare structurally. Our source really emphasizes leaning on highly organized resources. For example, utilizing things like the AI-upgraded Universal Hackathon ebook to get problem selection checklists and system thinking cheat sheets. You need frameworks that actually teach you how to use AI optimally. Not to cheat the system, but to build something so fundamentally solid that it survives the absolute intense scrutiny of the judges. So, as you kick off this 6-month journey to December, I want to leave you with this. Anyone, literally anyone, can prompt an AI to write code in 30 minutes now. The playing field is completely leveled for everyone in the room. Your true competitive edge isn't how fast you type code anymore. It relies entirely on your deep structural understanding of your own innovation. Can you prove to an expert evaluator that you know exactly how your system breathes? Because if you can, you just might be the next global champion.